I love free play. Just flow training, back and forth, giving feeds to each other, and just kind of playing with whatever comes up. On this day, we were starting with stick and then went to one stick versus stick to one stick as we got disarmed. And then once the stick hits the ground, then it goes to empty hand free play. Keith seems to like pushing me a lot. I don't know why. That was kind of dumb. He caught my leg there, but you never know. We're just playing. Whatever comes up, comes up. Whatever we get, we get. We'll play with it. We'll try something stupid. Because why not? Why not? It's fun. There's no risk really here because we're just kind of giving each other feeds and not trying to get too competitive. Just kind of have some fun. You can get a lot out of this, and you can increase pressure, as I've said before on other videos. But it's a great way for, an aging martial artist to play with other aging martial artists and not end up limping and sore for the next week, but still keeping things outside of a pattern. Although we break into patterns, right? So there you saw us going into cadena de mano and then playing with that a bit. And then now it's still free flow cadena de mano. And there's a lot of limb entanglement and manipulation there, getting into clinching, right? This is a great way to be creative and playful. And the beauty of this is you can do it all the time. You could train like this for hours without exhausting yourself. So you can play for a long time. You can do this often. And you can increase the level of resistance between each other. It's a win-win situation. It's not perfect. Because it's cooperative, we get to stay inside the pocket. We get to play inside the pocket. When we're sparring, that moment in the pocket is quick. We don't stay in there unless we trap the weapon or trap the weapon-bearing limb. When we do get that weapon-bearing limb or stick trapped, usually one of two things happens. We either disarm the weapon or we trap that weapon-bearing limb and feed multiple strikes, and then we break and restart. We can stay and struggle in that close range as long as we want to. If we stalemate, often we will break and restart. But usually one of us finds that position of advantage. And this kind of training really helps with being able to find that position of advantage. This type of training really helps with being able to get that disarm that we want. Many times when we're stick sparring and we get into that close range, it can be a war of attrition. Especially if we're armored, which you see that armor in the background there, we never wear. Or if we're using padded sticks, we can just stay in there and just throw a massive amount of strikes at each other and not really develop our fighting skill as much as our ability just to hit fast and not worry about defense. So by training like this, you develop some good skill that you can use on the inside, and which usually in a sparring match, these moments where you use these skills only last for a couple of seconds, if that. It's quick. It's very quick, but it's very important. So even though that element is not a huge part of your sparring match, it is one of the most vital and important parts of your sparring match. It's one of the most vital and important skills to develop. And we really get to focus on it in this kind of training.